Welcome to the 12 Steps to Consistent Business Growth Masterclass. In this masterclass, I'm going to take you through the 12 steps that are going to enable you to consistently grow your business, but also to grow it efficiently. And what I mean by that is that so often on social media, we see these posts that say, I did this one thing and got this big result, or we perceive that people have overnight success. And as much as I would love overnight success to be true, in reality, it's not like that. It takes effort to grow your business. It doesn't need to be hard work. And certainly these 12 steps make sure that you don't make it hard work, but it does take effort. Right? So there are things that you need to do. You need to step out your comfort zone for a start, but also to take regular steps to grow your business. And these 12 steps, as they're simple steps, they're steps that you can do yourself, you can do them, and they lead to big results. And that is the beauty of these steps for you. So the reason I talk about efficiency as much as anything is because so often we get distracted. Now, if you're anything like me, you've got a lot of life laundry as well as your business. But within your business, how often do you get distracted with shiny object syndrome, overthinking, even other people's opinions that you maybe didn't ask for, or that awful self-doubt? If you're anything like me, that self-doubt really took hold for me. The more I wondered why anybody would buy from me, the less they did, the more that I thought that, and it became that downward spiral. The more you doubt yourself, the less success you have. The less success you have, the more you doubt yourself. And it just becomes that awful, awful spiral. And the focus of these 12 steps will be to ensure that you don't have those distractions, that you move forward consistently and efficiently to grow your business, right? And you eradicate all of those distractions. I know this works. One, because I was there. I struggled for more years than I would like to have admitted. I did all the cliches. I went round in circles. I did the hamster wheel. I chased my tail. I did what others told me to do and it didn't work. So then I did what was aligned to me and that didn't work. The frustration of not moving forward in my business, yet working my absolute backside off, it nearly broke me. And for those that have not heard the story before, I will tell you at another time about my time on the toilet when I was at my absolute lowest. And yeah, I don't wish that on anyone, but I was there. I know what it was like. But I also know at that point, the reality hit me that I had a wealth of knowledge and experience that would get me out of this situation. Because for those that don't know me, my name is Sam. I am the time and money coach, but first and foremost, I am mum to 2 youngsters. I am a wife as well. I had a couple of businesses before I started coaching. And my previous role in corporate, my last role was head of reward for a large telco company. Prior to that, I worked for retail, I worked for charity, I worked in the high-tech sector. So I did a lot of HR, and of course HR, it only occurred to me recently this, HR, I sat and coached managers to build their part of the business within the larger business. So, I worked with those people that, finance to build their side of the business to enable them to better support the bigger business. I worked with the people that dug up the roads, that put in your internet connections. So I dealt with a lot of things, and I coached these managers to create their businesses, to grow their business consistently in line with their business targets. And then I went on to coach, and I do coach female business owners now who want to grow their business consistently and efficiently on their terms. That's what I love about what I do. And this is why I created these 12 steps. Oh, I should also mention that since then I've become a certified transformational breakthrough coach, an EFT or a master EFT practitioner, and an NLP practitioner. So I have a wealth of knowledge and skills. And from that, and from my experience, I realized there were 12 steps that were simple steps that we could each follow that would enable us to consistently grow our business as fast as possible, as efficiently as possible. So let's get started on those 12 steps. Number one, focus. If you don't know what you're doing, how are you going to get it done? Right? You need to set yourself goals, whether that be a goal for today, whether that be an intention for today, whether it be something a really big dream. It doesn't matter, but you need to have the focus of what you're trying to achieve. If you don't know what you're trying to achieve, it just won't happen. You will get distracted. Think about it like driving off your drive. You get in the car, you need to know where you're going to know which way to turn. Right? You need the focus. So if you haven't got focus, you're not going to achieve what you want to achieve. So if nothing else, sit down and write out what you want to achieve. Get that clear, because what do you want your business to look like? How do you want it to function? What hours do you want to work? For me, it's school hours. I need it to be around my family. What is your focus? Who is your focus? Think of the who, what, when, why, how. Have a focus. That is essential to business growth. Okay. Number two, self-worth. This is a difficult one for us girls, isn't it? We seem to throw away our self-worth or base our self-worth on other things when we need to know what our worth is. Because if we don't know what our worth is, our clients aren't going to know our worth. They're not going to value us, right? We need to value ourselves before anyone else will value us, right? So work on your self-worth. Because when you have your self-worth, you'll be able to talk confidently. People will see why they should invest in you, and they will spend money with you to get whatever you're selling. But if you don't value yourself, they won't. Okay. Number three, balance. This is essential, and it's all about working in and on and out of your business. Was it all work and no play makes Jane a dull girl. This is about when you have a good night's sleep, you'll have more energy to do your work. When you keep trying and trying and trying and you're working all the hours, you're not going to do a good job. You need to have that rest. You need to have that break away from your business. It could be that you need to take time out to go for a walk. It could be about having consistent bedtime routine. It's about having that balance that means that you're not just keeping going. I fell foul of this when I first started my business. I ran a chocolate business. I made handmade chocolates, and I just worked all the hours. And the longer the hours, the worse the chocolates came out. I'd make mistakes. They wouldn't look as good. The temper wouldn't work well. I'd get my ingredients wrong. Things wouldn't go right. When you have that good balance, when you have good night's sleep, getting rest, taking breaks, that's when you get efficient, you get productive, you don't get distracted, you don't suddenly realize you've been staring into space for 20 minutes when you should have been doing something else. Balance is so important. Okay, number four is authenticity. This one's a bit of a toughie to do because so often we have so many different opinions of who we are. We actually perceive ourselves through other people's eyes. And it's about getting to know who you are deep inside and being true to yourself. And it kind of goes a bit back to balance, that if you're not happy with what you're doing, if you're not aligned in what you're doing, you won't get the results that you want. So an example of this would be, when I was making chocolates, I kept getting asked for certain types of chocolates. Oh, do you do this chocolate? Do you do that chocolate? You should do this chocolate. You should do that chocolate. And I started what other people, started doing chocolates that other people wanted. But they weren't chocolates that really felt good to me. People said use cheaper chocolate, don't do it as good, do offcuts or whatever. It didn't feel good, and I just couldn't sell them as well. In fact, I didn't. And it's about doing something that feels good to you, that when it feels good, you do a better job out of it. It's also about when you are true to yourself, that's who you attract. So often we're afraid of people judging us, but actually that's us judging ourselves. And we need to lose that judgment of ourselves and really, again, go back to self-worth, love ourselves, appreciate ourselves, love our quirkiness. Our quirkiness is our uniqueness. That's what attracts people to us. That's what brings your clients in. I remember one of my very good clients with chocolate was someone who said he loved my story, of my background, of why I came to do chocolates. I have an amazing coaching client at the moment that I actually met while doing a course with her, and she loved who I was and felt I knew what I was doing. And so is now one of my clients. So it's that authenticity that attracts people to you. Number 5 is work on your limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs come in layers. And it's not all about clearing them and then you're done. It's about clearing the ones that come up for you. What is holding you back at the moment? What is making you not want to do something? And I've talked about alignment. I struggled with this concept a lot because I would often say I don't want to do a live on Facebook because I don't feel aligned. It was just I was a bit afraid of what might happen. I was going to be judged, or I was judging myself. I wasn't good enough. And it's like, okay, dig down into those limiting beliefs. We can do a lot of limiting beliefs ourselves. Sometimes we do need help. When we get good at working out what our limiting beliefs are, then that's when we know whether we can do it ourselves or whether we need to get that help. But just think through, what is holding you back? Why is it holding you back? Okay, so number 6 is money blocks. And it kind of leads off, these kind of flow together. Limiting beliefs lead on to money blocks. We need to have a good relationship with money, but often we grow up with, money being perceived as evil. Rich people are greedy. Money doesn't grow on trees. Someone said the other day, what wants doesn't get. These things are all in our subconscious that are saying, if I want that so badly, I won't get it. And so we stop ourselves. We actually do things that sabotage our achievement of doing things. So working on our money blocks is essential if we want to welcome money into our business and into our lives. And it might be that you want to welcome more in, but it might be you want to stop the flow out as well. Now, one of the conversations actually I was having with my 6-year-old yesterday was the fact that money is transactional. It's not about having, just trying to bring it in and holding on to it. We need to allow it to go out because money brings us the good stuff in life, right? It's about allowing it to flow out in the right way as well. All right. So it's about money flow. Okay. So just to recap, we've got focus. You need to know what you're trying to achieve. Self-worth. Learn, value yourself, because if you don't value yourself, others won't either. Have the balance. Treat yourself with respect. Get the rest, because you'll be more productive. You'll be more efficient if you are rested and feeling and you have the right energy. Number 4, authenticity. Be yourself. Do you know what? It's actually really hard to be someone else. I tried to be someone else for so long. And now that I've got to know me, I'm still getting to know me, but it's such an easy way of living. Okay, number 5, work on your limiting beliefs. These are the things that you're going to use to sabotage yourself without realizing. So work on your limiting beliefs and subsequently your money blocks at number 6. Okay, so 6 fairly simple steps for you to do that you can take yourself forward. Number 7, creating time. And this is about, we talked about efficiency. Often, I don't know about you, actually yesterday, I'll admit, an hour and a half went past and I realized I'd been on Facebook Reels, right? Just watching videos. I kept saying, this is the last one, this is the last one, this is the last one, this one is the last one, this is the last one. But an hour and a half went past. An hour and a half, I could have been doing some other things. Think about how you're using time. There might be things that you're doing as well that someone else could do better, that could do more effectively. And if you think about how much time you're spending on it, it could actually be cheaper to get someone else to do it because they'll do a better job and they'll do it quicker. And you can use that time to earn more money. Okay, because bearing in mind, you've done the first 6, you've worked on your money blocks, so money's starting to flow. How can you create more time to earn more money? Number 8, stepping up. You've done all this work so far. Now you're ready to step into who you're ready to be, right? Step into that expert, that next level. Where is it you need to be? What do you need to do to step up? It could be that you work on your branding. It could be that you focus down on a particular niche. You know, what are you going to do at this point, having done all this work so far, that's going to make you step up? What's your next level? Okay. Number 9, it's about creating that space to do it. Okay, so you're now looking to step up, following on kind of from creating space. Creating time. You're now creating that space, whether it be the headspace. You know, how do you need to think? Is there mindset changes you need to do? You've got more time to work on things. So is there some training, some learning that you need to do that will get you to the next step? It doesn't always mean a qualification, I have to say. We get caught up in imposter syndrome and needing more qualifications. It doesn't always mean that, but it might mean that you need a new mastermind, some new business buddies. How are you going to create that space to enable you to step up and to move forward? Because number 10 is growth strategies. And that's about, thinking about, well, I've got all these things to do, right? Now, can I get rid of anything? Am I doing too much? I quote the Pareto principle a lot. 20% of your activities yields 80% of your results. Are you doing more than 20% yielding 80% results? What could you get rid of? It might be that you could automate some stuff. It could be that you could create some automation that would enable you to be more efficient. I've got a client who has recently created a email trail where before she actually has a conversation with someone, she has ideas of what they want before she actually moves forward with them. And designs what they want. She's got that creative understanding of them before she even gets on a phone call with them. So it makes her more efficient to be able to, it automates her process to make her more efficient future. It might be that you outsource something, so we've got get rid, we've got automation. It might be outsourcing. It's the admin that you don't want to do. Is there some social media that you'd like someone else to do? Or do you want just someone to do the cleaning? We talked about life laundry. That's included in this stuff as well. It's not, business isn't all about on its own. Your business and your life are inextricably linked. So, maybe you need a cleaner to do something, or an ironing lady, or, even meal deliveries, so that you don't have to cook. Think about how you can do these things. So those are kind of your growth strategies of what you're going to do, and scaling up. How can you scale up? Number 11 is about connection. Who is in your surroundings that you need to connect with? Connection is a really important thing within the virtual world these days. Excuse me. Of connecting with the right people. Have you got the right people surrounding you? Who do you need to connect with that will enable you to grow further, that will enable your business to move forward better? It could be that you employ more people. It might be that you don't want to employ people, so you need to connect with people that you can outsource, agency, things like that, that you build those connections, business buddies that you're surrounded by people that rise with you, that pull you up, that don't pull you down. Often particularly when we're starting out in business, we look to our friends and family to support us, but actually they're not the right people, because they're full of the fears of our failure. What we want is to surround ourselves with the people that are going to lift us up and really drive us forward. So think about the connections that you have with people, whether it be clients, the 360, the clients, your suppliers. It could be your suppliers, you want to upgrade your suppliers. It could be that just your business buddies that you're surrounded, a new mastermind that keeps you on track and motivated and enables you to move forward. They're ahead of you, so they pull you forward. It's always, as it's saying, is have the worst house in the best streets, because then you'll raise the standards for yourself. And then finally, number 12 is about awareness, right? It's about knowing all the things that you've learned and reviewing them and what's worked and what could be done better and how you're going to move forward going forward. That you can that you do that review, because so often we're quick to move on to the next stage, that we don't sit there and actually go, oh, I got here, okay, I've achieved this, what next? We need to say, okay, we've got here, well done, right, that went well, I need to do more of that. That didn't go so well, so what could I do to make that better? Do I outsource it? Do I get rid? Do I delegate? Do I, and it's, or I could completely reinvent it. It's all of those things. It's having that awareness of what's going to really step you up going forward. And the beauty of this is when you get to awareness, you start again at number one and focus, and you start that focus of your next journey. And you can take as much time over this as you want. You can, you could do one a day, probably a bit much. You could do one a week and do it. You could do one a month, which is what we do in my membership. I have a beautiful membership of amazing women called the Prosperity Circle. The idea being that we come together to provide, and these steps provide consistency and efficiency. This will add accountability, because we come together with the same desire to become prosperous, right? To consistently grow our business so that we get that consistent income. And we come together on each month. There is we use one of these steps every month to create what our journey is that month. So we will have masterclasses. We have guest expert speakers. We have workshops to plan out the month so that you actually have that focus and you achieve what you need to achieve. And we also have a social media expert that every month holds a workshop that enables you to take what you want to achieve and create the content and marketing around it that will enable you to attract the right people to you. So it's an amazing membership and I'm incredibly proud of it. If you want to take this a step further and really start to work on these elements, then do join us. The more energy, the more desire, the more that we have women that want to rise in this world to consistently and efficiently grow their business with accountability, then you are more than welcome into the Prosperity Circle. It is a high touch. I am in there a lot coaching. I am in there guiding you forward, and it's for a low cost price on a monthly basis that you get this level of support. The value in there is huge because you can grow your business very, very quickly with the right focus, number one. So you can actually drive your business forward. The idea of the Prosperity Circle is that it adds the accountability so that you avoid those distractions that you don't need to overthink, because you can have the coaching that will stop you overthinking, that you're surrounded by the right people. We talked about number 11 was connection, that these will be your business besties that will be able to support you in what you do, that when you want to get out into the world, they will help you get out into the world. They will not just give you the motivation, they will help you take the actions that are needed to grow your business, to get that income, to be prosperous. That's why it's called the Prosperity Circle, because I want us all to achieve that we all have abundance, because we are full of life, we're full of dreams and hopes, we have beautiful businesses and we have great desires. That's where we're abundant. Now change that abundance into prosperity and achieve that consistent income through the Prosperity Circle, every month coming together and working together to each build their businesses forward. There's as I said, there's masterclasses, guest expert speakers, there's a planning workshop so that you can actually define what actions you need to take so that you don't have distraction. There's a content workshop so that you plan out your social media content and know exactly what you're doing every month. And there is also, you know, a free Facebook group to come together to work together and support each other. But not only that, because I'm an NLP practitioner and a Master EFT practitioner, I've got some amazing meditations that will enable you to change your mindset, some EFT that will help you deal with your limiting beliefs and your money blocks that will move you forward, that will help you get that clarity that leads to the confidence that ultimately leads to clients. And of course, prosperity. If you'd like more details, then do get in touch. The link is below if you want to see anything else, but do ask me questions. You know, I'm here. I want to help. I want to help you rise in this world because, as I said before, I know there are people out there that want and need what you have to offer. And actually, by not being out there, you're doing them a disservice. So get out there. Follow these 12 steps that I have given you to grow your business consistently and efficiently. And if you want to do it even more efficiently with accountability, then come and join us in the Prosperity Circle. All right, take care.